Coach, offensive line, obviously you have to tip your cap to those guys that went out there and played like they did, but your game plan of getting the ball out of Joe Burrow's hands in like a second and a half was unbelievably helpful, wasn't it?
It did. Joe did a great job getting it out. The receivers did a great job creating separation, understanding where that ball was going to be. And hats off to our offensive line. I mean, those guys, it was a little bit unexpected, but no one batted an eye, and they stuck together, and they provided a ton of energy for this team today.
The Tennessee Titans have had third down issues and red zone touchdown percentage allowed issues. You abused them in both areas. I think the exclamation point is 2 third down red zone touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. I think the bottom line is our players believe in each other, and we're at a point right now where you can give them a lot of calls and they're going to make it work. A couple times Joe extended the play, and those linemen blocked for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, and the receivers kept working, and Joe found them. And that has nothing to do with me. That has everything to do with those guys just finding a way to make it happen, and just proud of them.
Zac, this is your first win against a team with above a 500 record. Does this kind of validate what you've been preaching all along?
This isn't. We don't need to validate it to anybody, because the guys in the locker room, this is the expectation. They're happy. We're excited. We earned this. We needed it, especially going into a bye, because these players have done everything we've asked them to do, and the reward hasn't been in the win column. They needed it, but to say that anyone is shocked, it would be untrue, because the guys know that we've been capable of this all along.
Like, what does it say to you that Quentin got himself up to speed so quickly, and then also what led to the decision to put him in when you put him in?
Let me start by saying Jim Turner and Ben Martin have done an unbelievable job. I think that this offensive line has been underappreciated, particularly these last 3 weeks. And Joe's been hit a couple times on some extended plays when he leaves the pocket, and he knows that. But these guys have been proving every single week, and they're buying in to what Jimmy and Ben are telling them. And so now you just get a group of guys, starting with Hakeem, Billy Price, and Fred, who have been in that room for a long time now. And, it's just next man up. The expectation is that they're going to play like a starter, and that's what they did. And they were ready for their opportunity. None of them were nervous. Jimmy, Ben this morning had those guys in a meeting room, when they reported the stadium, and was going through cadence and code words and on-the-ball calls. And we knew Q was going to be ready. He's been here for 24 hours now. You got to be ready. You got to go play ball. And they got him up to speed, and he bought in. And, we got him in there earlier than maybe we anticipated, and just needed his presence in there, a big body, and he did a great job. All those guys did a great job, and just couldn't be prouder of that entire room, starting with the coaching staff and ending with those players. It was just awesome to watch those guys kind of embody what this whole team's about. Next man up, everyone's ready, everyone's buying in. When you get your opportunity, you make the most of it, and just really proud of those guys.
Coach, I'm going to assume that the O-line got a game ball.
Game ball went to Jesse Bates for the turnover. Von Bell should have had a game ball with the turnover. Billy Price got a game ball, because Billy Price is about everything that we want our players to be about. A guy who came in with expectations. He's never wavered from that. His opportunity hasn't always been exactly what he thought it was going to be. But he comes in with a smile on his face every day, goes to work, encourages everybody. What can I do to get better? Play on the scout team. Do you need me to play guard? Do you need me to play center? Do you want me to start in this game? And his personality never wavers for 1 second. And just couldn't be happier for Billy Price, because he's earned this opportunity. And you never know how things are going to shake out. But just really proud of the person, the man he is, and the player. And our guys can learn a lot from Billy.
You seem
Coach,
to be –
what does it say about this? Coach, what does it say about this team? The two units that have probably taken the most heat over the past couple of months, the offensive line and the defense, both responded and played at a high level against a really good opponent today.
Yeah, they do their best not to listen to it. It's probably impossible. But the bottom line is, our message after last game was stick together. And, our theme all along has been, it's about us. We don't care what's going on. We don't care about the people that are trying to attack us and break this thing apart, because what we got in this locker room is stronger than anything that anybody can know. Because if you're not in there, you just don't know. But they keep believing in each other. The defense stepped up big time, and you know what? Our goal was to limit him to 3.9 yards a carry. I think they got 7.5 yards a carry. But sometimes it just doesn't play out the way you thought, and they bowed up when they needed to, and they created the turnover, almost 2 turnovers. They got some stops on some critical third downs, and they found other ways to get it done than what we planned on when we went in. And, again, just great job by Lou, great job by that staff and all those players buying in and getting it done.
Guys, 2 more minutes with Coach.
Zach, what can you say about just those contested catches? I mean, Boyd turning around where it looked like it was impossible for him to catch that, and then Auden kind of sealing the game. I mean, these guys are making some of the best catches in the league right now.
Yeah, it's due for Tyler's play. I think we were owed that by the football gods, and it played out in our favor. And then you look at Auden Tate, and I'm looking at the stat sheet last week. Auden Tate 4 touchdowns, and he plays such a critical role for us on special teams. Again, he's like he comes in here every day just waiting for his opportunity, doing everything we asked him to do. And I told him on Wednesday, I said, I didn't realize you only had 4 catches. We got to get you more involved because you've earned every opportunity that you should be getting. And he goes out there and on the play of the game makes the most difficult catch we've had all season and creates the first down that wins us the game. And that just speaks to Auden, and that just speaks to kind of what this team is going to be going forward with guys like that just about the right stuff. And just your opportunity comes, you got to be ready to make the most of it with a smile on your face. And Auden, Billy, guys like that, it's just tremendous to see him do that.
Zach, Joe had just thrown a pick. Joe had just thrown a pick, and you came back 3rd and 8, biggest play of the game. A lot of guys would have handed the ball off, but you went right back to him. Well,
yes, we went to a guy that we knew. Again, all of our receivers we trust to make those plays, and it was just Auden's moment right there. In terms of throwing it and not running it, there was 2:07 if I'm not mistaken. So it gets a little. There are some clock management things that we were talking through, and we felt comfortable throwing the ball there and not really hurting ourselves.
One last question, Jeremy. I think you had one, right?
Sorry, Pete. My apologies. Zach, you've talked about finishing games and turning a corner and how close this team is. I know you guys believe you could do it, but how much can this help you really turn that corner, especially heading into the second half?
Well, it just validates everything these guys are working for, and again, it doesn't surprise any of us. It doesn't surprise any of the players that this happened, but you do need to see it right in front of your face that you've done it. Okay, we've done it. We got to do it again. We got to go do it again next game and then the next game. And there is something to be said for that, so this does mean a lot. This is going to do great things for us this season because we needed this win going into this bye, and it just verifies everything that these guys are working for and believing in, and they were able to close it out. And so now they got that in their memory. We've done it. We've done this. We can go do it again, and just tremendous.